welcome back to the channel. This is Stephsgotit
And Marty.
and plus one. Alright, so Marty's with me today because we're going to do something a little different. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that I am not into one niche because my life isn't that way. My life and my interests are varied, and I'm not trying to be a rock star. I'm just trying to share the things that I love. So this channel covers a variety of things because I'm interested in a variety of things. And so today we are going to do something a little different. Lisa over at From Dumpy to Dumpy. If you follow the channel for a while, you've probably seen her in the comments. She advises me on all of my veggies that I don't know about. So she tagged us in a tag that they have been doing, a travel tag. It's either this or that. And this tag was created by Trials of a Long Hair Girl, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 10 quick this or that. So we'll go through them. I will give my answer, and then we'll let Marty give his. Okay. All right. So first one, plane or boat? For me, I love to fly. I've been flying since I was in 4th grade. I had my own set of Delta wings. The stewardess knew me because I would fly back from visiting my mom back to where I was living with her fiance at the time, back and forth a couple of times from Alabama to Ypsilanti, Michigan. So I love to fly. I love to look out the window and see down below. I love to see the clouds. And however, I will not say no to a cruise. I love myself a cruise boat or a ship, as Marty was pointing out earlier. It's a ship, not a boat. So those two would come in hand to hand. But I say if I had to pick, being this age and this phase of my life, a cruise will win any day of the week. And the point that you made about the time span.
Right. The flight on the aircraft is very short, but you can spend days on a cruise and do all sorts of different things. At one point, you can do that, you can eat as well. At one point, I missed a bus, last bus out of town, in order to make it home for Christmas.
We haven't got to bus yet.
Okay.
We're on planes?
Yes, but I'm explaining what happened.
Okay.
So, since I had done that, I went to a place where I could catch a flight. It was a 12-passenger airplane. I was the only passenger. The pilot carried the bags off of the plane at the end of the trip, a 2-hour trip. I love looking down at the things below, my first airplane ride, but it was short, and then it was over. So, to me, I have to say I would travel by ship.
All right. So we'd be on a boat. All right.
A boat is the size of your couch. A ship is what you want.
Marty's very literal. So
yes,
we'd be on a ship. All right. Train or bus? You go first. I went first last time.
I've spent a lot of time on buses, back and forth, and there's more to see. On a train in the United States, what you see mostly is graffiti. On the other hand, having ridden on a train overseas, where you actually have what you see in the movies, your own car to sleep in, your own little place to sleep in, and so forth, I would say the train wins, definitely. Commuters in the United States who have to travel by train every day might not agree with me, but still. The other advantage of the train over the bus is that on a bus, you don't get a reserved seat. You bought a ticket, but you might be on the floor. My folks traveled by bus, and at one point someone else went to the floor so that my parents, who at this point were in at least their 70s, would have a place to sit. So definitely train.
All right. I remember taking the Trailways bus and the Greyhound bus. I don't know if those are southern bus lines.
They're everywhere.
Or they're everywhere. Okay. So back and forth from Selma to Montgomery as a kid, here and there, not often, but here and there. And I just sleep. To me, it's like a car ride. We get in the car, Marty's in the driver's seat, we're headed to our destination. I know it's 8 hours away.
And you wake up when we get
there. No. Oh, eat, yeah. Thirsty, yeah. I mean, I'm out. Q and I are out. We're just, poor Marty's all by himself. Driving and we're just snoring and sleeping. So I don't have a problem with traveling by bus. Train, I have never been on a train, but I would like to do Murder on the Orient Express.
No.
Because every time I see that movie or a version of that movie, I like having the little cars and everybody comes out all dressed for dinner, and I like that idea. I don't know if riding a train is actually like that, or even the train line that we watched in what's that movie where they were creating the train line and we had to like search to find part 2.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. So I love the idea of everybody having a car, and you get to come out and sit and chat and like, to me, like a bus.
To do this sort of thing.
Well, like a bus, to me, you get to see the landscape and you get to see where you're going, and you get to see a part of the country that you may not have been exposed to. Now, the fact that he just mentioned that the train has a lot of motion would create a problem for me because I have motion sickness.
Well, so does the car.
So no, only if you're driving.
Oh, well, but I'm driving most of the time, so you're still stuck with that.
Yes, but you're not doing this the entire time.
No, I'm not.
You do that when you try to change lanes, but
sure,
that's a tale for a different day.
Next.
But if it does this, then I may have to wear my motion bands and take some Dramamine or whatever. But if I had my choice, I would say bus only because I have taken the bus as a child. I have not been on a train, so I can't really say I have to go with the bus because that's what I know. Amusement park or historical site? I love
this one, no contest.
I love the amusement park, but here's the thing. I don't ride the rides. I let Marty and Q. Well, Q doesn't go on vacation with us anymore because he's a young adult now. So all of our trips are just us. Which is going to be interesting because unless you're going to get on a ride by yourself, because he and Q would get on rides together, and I would.
I skipped them the last time.
I would sit, or I would stand and take pictures. And the one time that they tried to get me to go on the ride, I went, and then I spent the rest of the day on a bench asleep by myself while they went and enjoyed the rest of the park because my motion sickness I was done. I had vertigo for like three days into that trip, and then a little bit when we got back I still was affected by that, so I can't do rides. But I love all the other stuff, the smoked turkey legs, the funnel cake, the if you're in Disney,
apple fritters,
the Dole Whip, if you're in Legoland, the apple fries. I love those things. Clearly, but we're working on that. We went shopping this weekend, and I bought rice. What do you call
rice
it?
Cakes.
Rice cakes, and Marty was like, "No, I'm gonna make some treats," and I'm like, "No, you keep your fattening treats. I'm gonna eat my non-fat treats, except on Saturday. Saturday is my eat anything day." So that was way off.
I guess what we're saying is that we'll go to a historical site together.
He would. I know he would pick historical site, but I think if I had the choice, I'd pick the amusement park just because I like watching people and I like watching the rides go round and about, and I like having the variety, and I enjoy the food, but I don't oppose to historical sites because I know he would want to do a historical site.
Yeah. Because you don't ride the rides.
All right.
Tropical or Arctic?
And I don't know if my answers are too long for a tag, but if it is, you can just tell me. Be shorter with your answers, but I like to give stories, so, you know. Which one? Tropical or Arctic?
Tropical.
Tropical. Tropical.
I've lived in the Northeast. I don't need any more.
I remember when I was in Ypsilanti, Michigan, climbing over snow as tall as the house to get from the front yard over to the sidewalk on the other side. I don't consider that fun.
As a kid, maybe.
Yeah.
Sliding off the roof into the snow, that's cool. But
I'm not saying I would never visit a place that has snow and gets cold. Like, I think visiting the, going on a cruise to the Alaska, I think would be really cool. But
yeah.
I'm a warm nature girl, though, at heart. So I would say the tropical. Palm trees and virgin daiquiris all the way. All right. Hot tub or hot springs?
Hot springs.
Hot springs. Even though I've never been in one.
Neither have I.
All right. Hot tubs are awesome, I think. My glasses are
nice.
The little chip is broken, so I'm sorry I keep touching my glasses.
Broken nose piece.
Yeah, the broken nose piece, and it is killing me. But the hot springs, I like that whole thought of sitting in naturally hot water, surrounded by waterfalls, and like, again, I've never been, so I don't know if that's how it actually is. But just sitting there on the natural,
Probably
in nature,
no waterfall.
In nature, just sitting in nature and enjoying that, I think would be really cool.
Probably it's almost like a mud bath, but that's okay.
I do a mud bath. I'm not
Alright.
opposed to a mud bath.
Okay.
All right, so we're hot springs.
Yes.
Hot springs, baby. All right, Grand Canyon or Jellystone? I have never been to either.
When I hear Jellystone, we're not talking Yellowstone with the geysers. We're talking Jellystone with, hey, 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 it's Yogi Bear.
Ooh.
And, yeah, right. I don't really need to go see someone's rendition of a cartoon character. So it would have to be the Grand Canyon. I've only seen the Grand Canyon from the rim passing through from one state to another.
And
Bought gloves. I didn't have any. I came from Southern California on my way across.
I'm an Alabama girl. I don't even know what Grand Canyon looks like other than what I've seen on a postcard. So I can't say one or the other because I have no experience and I've never thought about it and I've never had a huge desire for either. So with me, it's a non-valid, not
Don't care.
non-valid, but it's just, I don't care question.
All right.
Ghost tour or historic tour?
I've been on a ghost tour. I've been on historic tours. Historic tours, by the way, often include ghost stories, so one actually includes the other. I would definitely say an historic tour.
I would say an historic tour with a ghost tour mixed in. As he said, I don't see why it has to be one or the other. I don't see why, if I'm getting the history of an area, then this ghost house is part of the history of that area, or the tragic event that happened there that led to the ghost stories are part of the historical.
Right.
History.
Otherwise, people won't buy it.
Right. So I would say a historical tour with ghosts thrown in there. Yeah. All right. Zoo or aquarium?
Diversity or climate? The aquarium is going to be indoors. It'll be climate controlled. So whether it's hot, cold, rainy outside, you don't have to worry about it. You can go in and see whatever there is available in the aquarium. The zoo has much more to do. The walking is rougher. It likely will up and down more. I mean, yes, you go down ramps for an aquarium often, but still, the zoo is going to take some serious walking, but the zoo will have a lot more to see. And also, you might actually see something you might see in the world later on, whereas unless you spend a lot of time in the water, you're never going to see that stuff again. So, zoos.
Aquarium.
All right.
I'm Pisces.
Ah, Scorpio.
You know, I never really thought about that you're a Scorpio.
Okay. Why? I don't think anything.
I mean, I know from the date of your birthday that
Right.
is the Scorpio,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
it just never registered. Marty's a Scorpion. You're so not a Scorpion personality.
Oh, okay. All
But
right.
anyway,
I'm on the cusp.
squirrel. Okay, so aquarium or zoo? Aquarium, because I love looking at all the various creations that lurk in the ocean, that lurk in water. I'm just fascinated with just how many fish there are, how many different types of sharks, how many different types of and jellyfish are just beautiful to watch behind glass. Behind glass.
Yeah.
They're beautiful to watch, and I love the large aquariums. And we did that on our honeymoon, and we took the kids up. We took Quentin and didn't we take Ron and Raymond one year?
Oh.
I think so. To the Georgia aquarium. So I like sea life. I like seeing those creatures because I can't see them anywhere else.
Fair enough.
I don't see that I'll be going to any big oceans or seas where I'll get to
Face to face with a shark. Probably not.
Scuba dive and come
maybe.
face to face with a dolphin or whatever
Maybe.
out in the middle.
I've been swimming with a dolphin.
See, I haven't. So
Yeah.
and I don't know, and that's not an experience here in the South that I would just randomly get that I would have the opportunity to do. So I mean, yes, you know, if we travel or something, it may happen, but just in my day-to-day life here in the South, I'm not going to be swimming with dolphins. So I love the aquarium to go see those animals that I won't get to see. I can go to the zoo any day of the week, but I can't always go and see those types of things. So if I had to choose on a good day, I'd say let's go to the aquarium because we can go to the zoo the other 5 days of the week, 6 days of the week.
True. 5,
because I wouldn't go on a Sunday. All right. State park or off the beaten path?
Off the beaten path.
That's your answer?
That's my answer.
I was kind of torn with this one. I was going to say state park because with my concerns about my knees, it's nice to travel on paths that have already been prepared. Therefore, maybe not as bumpy, lumpy, accident-ish type of thing. And there would be maybe some provisions along the way, like a restroom or a water station or something, maybe, I don't know, along the way. And you know how far you are. And we need to turn around and go back, or we need to veer off on the left path because this path will go back to the camp.
We took a wrong turn once and had someone walk up to us and say it's X number of miles in that direction. Oh.
Yeah.
And if I were you, I'd turn around.
I'd turn around. He said, it's getting dark and it's about to rain. If I were you, I'd turn around.
We got back, got in the van just as the rain started. That was
Right,
perfect.
right.
We had intervention on that one.
I love the idea of doing those, you know, going on those walks and things, but because of my knees, I never know how long I have. And when I'm done, I'm done. I've got to sit down and whatever. So, but I like the idea of off the beaten path because that's where you discover things and you find new things and new beauties and new parts of nature that you don't see every day. When we went, I love geocaching. When we did that with the scouts, it was awesome. Even though it was a park in an area where I grown up my teenage years in that area, but I had never been out to that park.
It's a pretty wild place.
And yeah, it's this huge miles of property,
improved,
and it's not. Yeah, it's in its natural state. And we camped out there with some Cub Scouts for this weekend, so they could sign off on some things. And geocaching was one of the things, and so we had the apps on our phones, and it, we led us to what someone had left. We were supposed to take that and put something else in its place, and then that way the next person that came out to geocache could find it. Well, it was fun. I mean, we came across one or two things that we had to kind of figure out how to get over.
Yeah.
That were concerning.
That was good.
But it was really fun, and it was fun looking for something. And I don't know that we really found what we was looking for, because the person didn't really leave it obvious in that spot. So we had to, we took what we thought was not supposed to be there and left something in return.
Yeah.
But so I like that aspect of off the beaten path, is that you get to find new things and see new things. So I would love if I could be off the beaten path, as long as someone could tell me how long it was from point A to point B. Was there a resting spot, and then how far the trek back to the camp would be? Because for me, that would be very important to know, because of my knees, how long we have.
Need to do something about that.
Yeah. So
last one.
I guess I would say off the beaten path.
Off the beaten path.
Really, yeah. Last one. Beach or mountain climbing?
That's tough, because I love the water, and I could spend all day in the water. I know you're not really a fan of sand, but you tolerate water pretty well. As far as mountain climbing goes, I can't picture the rope thing. I like clambering up and down situations where you don't need a rope. You might find it tough with your knees or whatever, but I really enjoy that. I think if it were just Marty would probably take the Appalachian Trail. That's as close to mountain climbing as I'll get.
I like he said, I'm not big on sand, and I mean, look at me. I don't do suntanning. I don't tan. I got a natural built-in tan.
Well, I have a coworker who got sunburn, and he's darker than
I
you.
didn't say I couldn't get sunburn. I said I don't tan.
Yeah.
There's a difference. So I don't see the need to lay out in the sun.
But you are a water baby.
But I enjoy water. Even though I can't swim. I can float though.
Swim.
I enjoy water.
With you, it would be water. With just Marty, himself, it would be there.
And it's not that I wouldn't like the mountain climbing, it's the knees. Now, I also have figured out that when I'm closer to the weight that I like to be, I don't have as much weight on my frame, that I can do a little more. But when I'm on my heavier side of my weight, then there's more stress on the knees, and then there's also more stress on the ankles.
Ooh.
So, my feet swell and all of that. So if I'm on my healthier side of my weight, I think I could enjoy mountain climbing. I would still have to be careful about my knees. I would probably wear my braces, my little thingies, but
little cloth wraps around the knees.
It's not cloth. This is cloth.
All right, it's like an ace bandage for your knees.
The wraps.
Yeah.
And then I have a pair of those little brace things that he got me from
I bought her some
infomercial, which actually are pretty cool. When I do a squat in my class, it's like, I told my class, it's like, wow, I could sit here all day. It's like a chair. But anyway, squirrel. Okay, so I would, if I'm on the good side of my weight, then I would certainly try a short mountain climb.
Sure.
A short trail.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm on the heavier side of my weight, which I seem to be more often than frequently for now, I would say the beach. So that would depend on what my weight was as to which one. I could do the beach anytime for the water, not for the sand, for the water. But yeah, if I'm on my healthier end of my weight, then I would say I try the mountain climbing. I would like to try rock climbing. But again,
Yes.
that's on the other side of my weight, not this current size.
So now you heard this or that.
Or that, from the Ladner's point of view. All right, so thank you to Lisa over at From Dumpy to Diva. And as far as tagging, so I am going to go ahead and tag my
Drum roll.
my best friend, Shelley, at Shelley Patterson. Let's see what her answers would be. If I don't know if she'll play, hopefully she will. She's over at Shelley Patterson, and I will also put her link up in the iCard, as well as From Dumpy to Diva, as well as Trials of the Long Hair Girl, because she created these questions for this tag. So they'll all be in the iCard up there. And that's all we've got, hun.
All right.
You got anything?
Your usual clothes.
All right. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Lisa, for tagging us. And if you like this content on the channel, if you think the content on this channel is of value,
Worth watching.
or worth watching, your time, spending your time to watch, give us a thumbs up. And if you know, you're always free to give it a thumbs down. You do you, boo, right? All right. With that being said, remember, hun, if you are having a good day,
Help someone else have a good day.
it's those small and simple things in life
That make life worth living.
love and shimmies, babe.
I can't shimmy when I'm sitting down. Come on.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.